Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for grade 3. We are learning Unit 4. Its title is A Brave Soldier. My dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation and worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is, or modify it for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear students, today under the title of Language Focus, we are going to learn about diphthongs. Before this, in English for grade 2, I have taught you about digraphs, and in your yesterday's lecture, I taught you digraphs. So we are going to learn further to classify, pronounce, and practice diphthongs as they occur in practice items and sentences in reading lessons. This is our today's essay. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Hujurat, verse 3, "Indeed, those who lower their voices in the presence of Allah's Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are the ones whose hearts Allah has refined. For righteousness, they will have forgiveness and great reward." Yes, my dear students, what this beautiful verse is teaching us. Beta, this verse is teaching us a golden principle of conversation. Lower your voices means talk in low voice. Number one, this was for when you are talking in presence of our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And secondly, beta, it means in front of your teacher, in front of your elders, your voice should be lower. Your voice should not be higher than your elders. This is the principle what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching in this verse, and what will be its benefit? Forgiveness and great reward, inshallah, right? So we should practice it. And now look at these words: voice, heart, righteousness, great. Have you noticed these two letters in this word voices are giving a different sound? How we identify and how we articulate this sound, this is what we are learning today. And before starting that, you tell me what are digraphs and how usually two letters sound together. Pause the video, answer these questions to your teacher, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, do you remember yesterday you learned about digraphs? I taught you two letters joined together to make one sound as ch in cheer, th in think, the in that, and sh in shampoo. So one thing, digraph, the one rule we have learned, two letters joined together to make one sound. And another rule we have already studied. Do you remember in Unit 1 I taught you long vowel sounds? Remember, when two vowels are walking, the first does the talking and says its name, as in cake. So this A is giving its long sound and this second vowel remains silent, as in kite. This I is giving its long sound and this remains silent. Remember this rule, boat. So where this A has gone, there is no sound of a boat. So this A remains silent because there are two vowels. The first gives its long vowel sound and second remains silent, right? So these two rules we have already studied. We are going to learn another rule that is known as diphthong. What happens in that? Basically, a diphthong is a sound formed by a combination of two vowels. Once again, two vowels are together. The sound, now in long vowel sound, one sound remains there, the other vowel is silent. But here what happens, the sound glides from one vowel sound to another. means we will pronounce both vowel sounds, but it glides not long, not short, a little first and a little second. Okay, the first part of the diphthong is always longer and stronger, right? So both sounds will be there. First will be longer, second will be shorter, but they will be together to make a diphthong. Okay, here we go. Basically, the word diphthong comes from the Greek and it means two voices. As I told you, digraph means one voice, but diphthong means two voices or two sounds. Diphthongs are a combination of two separate vowel sounds that, when uttered, the first vowel glides onto the second vowel, forming a single syllable. Yes, it's an important thing. It will be single syllable. There will be two sounds, but it is one syllable. Okay, how do we make it? Now I brought few sounds in pairs for you. Okay, OI and OY. OI says OE, OY says OE. Now, beta, what you'll have to find out these sounds when this combination appears in a word, how you'll pronounce OE. OY says OE, OI says OE. AW says O, AU says O, O, OE. OU says ow, OW says ow, OU says ow, OW says ow. EW says EU, EW says EU, and OO says oo, OO says oo. Now, teachers, kindly pause the video over here, make the students to pronounce all these sounds, then we'll move further. So pause the video, enjoy saying these diphthongs and then come back. Yes, my dear students, can you pronounce all these sounds? Good. So beta, these are diphthongs. How we'll practice it? Now, we'll identify this sound in words and we'll say it. OI says OE, right? Now, how we'll pronounce this word? Coin. How we'll say? Now, we know this OI sound is OI, so coin. Oil. Oil, right? This is how we say it. OY says OI. Joy, joy, joy. Boy, toy, right? AW says O, J, O, right? This is how better you will identify the diphthongs and you will pronounce them. AW says O, launch, launch. We know it's digraph, so launch, launch, right? Haunt, this haunt, haunt. This is how we learn to read and pronounce the words, okay? OW says ow, ow, cow, oh, now. OU says ow, ow, do, loud. Cla, now we know cla. What is this? It's consonant blend. Good job. Consonant cluster. So cloud, cloud. EU, EW says EU. Chiu. Grew. And OO says ooh, spoon, moon, right? This is how we learn to articulate and to read the sounds. Wonderful. Let's practice it from your book. All of you open your book on page number 26. Here we go. A diphthong is formed when two letters blend together to make a particular sound. The first part of diphthong is always longer and stronger. A list of diphthongs has been given. That's here. Oo in food, oi in noise, oi in toy, or in sauce, claw, now, few, and tour. Right? Let's practice it through an activity. Divide students into pairs and instruct each student to make a sentence with the diphthong on the list. For example, they might write, the boy had a toy, right? Or I set soil on the foil. So after they have written the sentences, encourage them to pair up and read each other's sentences. Pause the video, enjoy this activity, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, are you done with it? Good job. Now we have practiced diphthongs. So you will complete this task. Look at the pictures and circle the correct diphthong for each. Okay? Be careful. Pause the video, complete this question in your book, and then come back. Yes, I know it was easy for you, right? Spoon, cow, cloud, draw. And it's dewdrops, you can see here. It's boy, it's coin, and it's sauce. So it's time for your homework. You will write words from the text of this story containing diphthongs. And here is a worksheet, my dear fellow teachers. This worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation links are given. You may click it, download it, and kindly provide a printed worksheet to students for practice. So what we have learnt? We learnt that a diphthong is a single syllable vowel sound in which the beginning sound is different from the ending sound, as oi, ow, ow, eu, oo. We pronounced and practiced diphthongs. So we achieved our SLO to classify, pronounce, and practice diphthongs as they occur in practice items and sentences in reading lessons. Are we done with it? Yes, so that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning and take very good care of yourself. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.